we go live on Instagram.
We could do, but I thought if we recorded it, then I can put it on YouTube.
Okay,
so now, you Facebookers, you've seen this for a while. Shag, I gotta go. Enjoy your night. Message me. I'll message you.
Right,
So now, for Facebookers, you're in. I'm now recording it. So this is YouTube.
So
I'm pointing because I'm allowed to point because no one shouts at me for pointing anymore.
So if we go live on the FIFA Ramble, we're going to do that now as well.
On.
Holy hell! Well.
I'm just dipping out a shot of everything.
This is just insanity.
So now, see my plan? This now will be on my phone. I can upload that straight to our YouTube channel.
Yeah, right, okay.
That is live now. That's live now. Bloody Nora. Oh, he's going in.
Oh my goodness me.
Right.
Well.
I'm moving back here. So now, what we're playing is called the game of two halves because we've only got one control pad.
No, we choose to play with one control pad. We choose
to play with one control pad because we both agreed that my wife's happiness and enjoyment was more important.
And it takes priority in my opinion. It does
take priority. So what we're doing is a game of our own invention called the game of two halves, which is one of us takes the first half, the other one takes the second half, and then whoever gets the better result wins.
So that's that.
That's a game of two halves.
And we are aware there's lots of football on tonight, which we are trying to keep track of, but
We've now got no devices available to check the football, so we're using them all one way or another.
That's fine.
So
wow, there's a lot going on.
There's a hell of a lot going on. We are now being recorded on 3 separate devices. So yeah.
Okay. So that's our setup anyway. We appreciate anyone watching our nonsense.
So yeah, it'll be on YouTube tomorrow now. Oh, Courtois. We were just commenting actually that it's weird that FIFA 17 now, not the game, but the teams actually feel like a lifetime ago rather than just a season ago.
It's Everton-Chelsea.
Yeah, we've got Everton-Chelsea. We're Everton. And we're trying to do what Koeman couldn't. I mean, in fairness, if Koeman had this team last year, and he did a lot better.
Let's crack into that, by the way. Let's
Koeman. Let's talk Koeman.
Should we talk Koeman?
Do you think he deserved to be given a bit more time, or what?
No.
No, I don't think so either. Loads of people have said that he was
given a lot of time, but what it's triggered
he was good last season. But
it's a managerial carousel, is what it's been. And you hear the nonsense of he didn't care too much, and Everton are a passionate club where you've got to be compelled, and it's all this sort of thing. I think it's unfair, but if something's not working, he was given a hell of a lot of time
and a hell of a lot of money.
So yeah, I don't think it's fair at all.
Considering he was given a lot of money and he bought a lot of players that weren't necessarily the right players.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't think so. But what it's triggered is a managerial sort of carousel, isn't it? Give it Giggsey. Giggsey. We were just discussing this as well. What's the first managerial job on Giggsey's?
Well, Ryan Giggs's coaching CV.
In the managerial job centre.
Managerial job centre.
Got him and Davey Moyes.
Yeah, him, Dave Moyes, Arry Redknapp's there.
Arry's just he's gone for the Scotland job.
Arry Redknapp, yeah, he's trying. He's getting his CV out there.
Would you employ Arry Redknapp?
Of course I would. I'd employ him now. I'd employ him now. But yeah, in the managerial job centre. Ryan Giggs is stood at the front of the queue.
For what job?
Well,
Leicester or Everton. He's keen.
Leicester or Everton. He doesn't matter who, as long as it's 2 Premier League clubs he wants. But his CV, this fictional CV that they've got, his managerial CV, his first role was manager of Manchester United. So it's sort of there you go.
Yeah.
From that, if that's your first step into the world of football coaching, then I suppose when you're being linked with Wrexham, no offence to Wrexham, no one who supports Wrexham is going to watch this. It's not, he's going to sort of.
So that's the point that you need to be going
He should go to Wrexham.
He should go anywhere, like Dulwich Hamlet, anywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere which can
look at,
provide you an opportunity to prove yourself at any sort of level or to gain experience is what you should be doing.
It's the best way to do it. Look at Leonard Snitsky at Hull. Ex-international manager, was manager of CSKA.
Yeah.
Maybe Zenit. I can't remember, but he's managers of a few, and he's come in and he wants to get into English football, so he's dropped down to the Championship to get a job. I mean, and I know they're not exactly up there with, you know, world-class managers or whatever, but say someone like Steve Bruce.
Tommy Tuchel's about him.
Yeah.
Or Phil Brown.
Phil Brown. Phil Brown needed to get back into management.
Let's not forget like what Phil Brown actually did for Hull in the beginning.
Got him up, kept them up.
Yeah, and then went a bit mental. But
went a bit mental. That was the thing.
That's besides the point.
That's if we've learned anything.
It was a sort of Delia moment, wasn't it?
It was a little bit, wasn't it?
But you know, get Thomas Tuchel in easy. There we go. That's what the fans will say, isn't it? Get the Tuchel.
Thomas Tuchel. Well, Ancelotti's free.
Yeah.
Ancelotti's in the job centre.
He's in the
managerial job centre.
Managerial job centre. Yeah. Just holding out.
He's shooting from there.
Pellegrini as well. He's waiting.
Pellegrini.
He's having an espresso. He's reading the paper.
Do you just 1-2 off the ref?
I did, yeah.
Right, the one person that we all need to get into Everton, if not Arry Redknapp.
Moisey again.
Get Moisey
in. He knows the system. He knows the setup.
We talked about this before. I've read quite a lot about Moyes at Everton and what he did, scouting wise.
Yeah.
And it was actually very impressive. It's just, and I think people now forget what a bloody good job he actually did at Everton.
I mean, the chosen one.
Yeah, he did really. But that United job, it was just too big for him.
Yeah, and he's a broken man now, isn't he?
He was broken.
No,
he
broken.
did so well at Sociedad at the start, didn't he?
I'm glad you had it at the start.
Yeah, at the start. It didn't end that well.
Do you know, I once heard him on like a radio program of just chatting to people when he was Sociedad's manager, and it sounded like he really wanted anyone to go and visit him and speak English with him. So yeah, come over, please come over. I'll show you everything. Give you a tour. Just come along.
I quite like that though. I quite like the fact that he went somewhere which not a lot of British managers do. You know, he went abroad to try and rebuild his career, and to a certain extent he did. He got a lot of respect for it. Do you know the perfect job though for David Moyes, to be fair, is the Scotland job.
It's such an easy job.
It's the perfect job for him.
Such an easy job to do.
It is the perfect job.
Arry over him.
Arry's having it.
Arry,
definitely. He's getting straight on the phone to Kevin Bond, isn't he?
He's checking Crankyard's heritage.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. He's trying to find that. Yeah, he's just trying to. That's the thing, in it. It's just trying to work out. Oh well, I wanted to bring in a striker, you know, but apparently Higuain's playing for Argentina. That's what he's doing.
So Puel, he's in.
Well, he's in at Leicester.
Leicester. I think you should give Cookie Koeman all the way.
Well, it bodes well for.
I love it because you hear about like this mentality. You've got the right mentality, which basically means he's from this country.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the right mentality. You know, Cookie Koeman is. He knows what's going on. Well, he's from the UK. He's not one of these foreigners, is he?
It's interesting.
But Puel, the quiet man, distinguished man.
It's a very weird appointment.
It's peculiar, but
it's very weird.
What that signified for Leicester, like I don't know the ins and outs of the Shakespeare thing, but what it has signified is they are willing to just like crash and burn their managers, work their way through. That's the type of club they are now, which is unfortunate because you never thought that Leicester were a club like that, really, did you? Like Shakespeare, it wasn't necessarily working for Shakespeare. However, it must have been something else going on there, eh? It must have been.
Yeah,
he's like the Sammy Lee to Claudio Ranieri, wasn't he?
I feel. Do you know he had? He was featured this week on. I think it was Soccer AM. They did like an in-depth thing on him last weekend.
Did they really? Yeah.
They went. You know, and he took him around the stadium, and they went to training and things like that. They went huge feature just on Shakespeare. And then literally like a couple of days later he gets the sack. It's like, what a waste of a waste of time, wouldn't it, for everyone?
Do you know what really I did notice recently? I was watching that, I think it was Match of the Day 2, and they did an in-depth analysis of why Koeman's fucked up, basically. For the panellists to choose their preferred starting 11 and to air it live on television to do that, I think it's really disrespectful.
Yeah.
To the fact, like, all right, why just have a bit of chat about it in the studio if you can do that? Not like broadcast it completely. Broadcast it completely to pinpoint where you think Koeman's going wrong. It's a bit odd, that, isn't it?
I don't think, as much as I do think that Koeman needed to go, I don't buy into this. Oh, they didn't give enough time. That's just how it is these days. But I do think that, again, he didn't seem to get the credit. He did a very good job.
He's not, and
Southampton seem to just know what they're doing, which is bizarre.
Yeah, and the thing with Everton, it's not a very balanced team, is it?
It's
not
completely unbiased, and he's got to take blame for it. And that's why I don't think that it's. I don't think it's the sacking was unjustified. Oh my God!
If you can see, you do. So yeah, there is that element, but
he was the one who sanctioned those signings. You know, so he has to.
Yeah.
He has to stand by it, in that they barely had. They've got Calvert-Lewin,
but he's not a striker.
But he's not.
And you can't just chuck him in a Lukaku role.
No.
You can't do it. He should be right-sided, or like coming into play and bringing him in. Wayne Rooney looked absolutely fucking knackered, didn't he?
He will be. He's been off the boil now for 3 years, I would argue. He's not, because, and that's not to say he's not a good footballer. It's just the Wayne Rooney that was in his pomp. He can't play that way anymore because he's not fit enough. He's not fat. He's lost pace. So he's not that player, and he will never be that player again. So now people made criticism of trying to convert him to like a central midfielder. But to be honest, I don't think there was much of an option, because he can't play as a number 10. If you play him, he hasn't got the legs to do it. I don't think, in the same way that Matic or Hazard or those sort of players do. And also, if you play him up front, he drops deep.
He's always had that for the last four seasons. Pissed off with him just dropping so deep.
He just drops so deep that you can't play him up front because he takes himself out of position too easily.
Oh, and that is the managerial carousel.
Yeah.
Which, who knows what will happen? Who knows? Cookie will get a job somewhere. Moisey will. Giggsey will probably be anywhere.
Yeah.
Happy to. If Giggs was offered any sort of job, he should take it.
Yeah, well, he
should take anything.
He should. Morrison's fish counter.
Yeah, do it. Give him a bit more experience, bit of man management. Why not?
Well, obviously you got the Bayern job coming up at the end of the season as well. But I think we know. What about Ancelotti then? Do you reckon Ancelotti would be? Yeah, he's a great manager. But do you reckon he would go to Everton?
No. What's the motivation for him?
Where else is he going to go? He can't go to Scotland, Arry.
Ancelotti's fucking a brilliant coach.
Oh, he's world class.
He is absolutely world class. So why would he bother? Like, unless there's a cush job in Italy, which he'd feel comfortable with, like, which he could walk into any managerial position, couldn't he?
Any.
What's big Phil Scolari nowadays? China, maybe.
I'm gonna say, what? Yes,
Big
thank
Phil.
you, referee. I'm gonna say Phil Scolari is managing in Abu Dhabi.
Alright, let's have a look.
That's right.
Right, I'm going to stop this live stream. This is a good little thing, wasn't it? There we go.
Oh, hit the crossbar.
He hit the crossbar.
Crossbar.
Right, that's our little live streaming.
Oh, Nathan's in.
Oh, Nath.
We can't stop that now.
Oh, we just...
We only just got you.
Oh,
He only just got you. We need to leave that a little bit.
That's fine.
Could you adjust that camera slightly?
This way?
Yeah. You know more
Like this?
than I do. I reckon that, yeah.
Got that?
Yeah.
There we are. Job's a good one. So we'll put that on the YouTubes. Is that right?
On the YouTubes, yeah, for the benefit of. Well, it's a live stream. You don't have to promote it. But Nathan who's watching now on Instagram. We were going to be on YouTube. This whole podcast will be going up on YouTube, but we just couldn't work out how to live stream.
We almost had it.
So close. We were actually live at one point. You just couldn't see us or hear us,
which is useful.
We were live for a good 2 minutes.
It felt like a deaf blind mute sort of.
And it was just a holding screen that wasn't us. But we were live. We actually had people in. That's when you know you're on to a good thing.
You told me some.
That would have been
Save.
beautiful.
You told me some very sad news before we started the podcast. So I saw the first top of the list.
What a strike from Barkers.
Which he's my goalkeeping hero. It's Gianluigi Buffon. Buffon. Buffon is retiring at the end of the season after the World Cup. This fills me with great sadness, and I'm talking like he's dying, but
might as well be.
Might as well be. I thought it'd just keep going and going and going, you know, like Bob Dylan.
But yeah, I'm actually it was announced. I saw it yesterday that they he's retiring at the end of the season. So I'm imagining
sad times.
That he is
bloody sad times.
You can
Should we do Arsenal Norwich?
Yeah, just do it.
Let's do it.
This ties in actually to one of the points that I put.
What do you think of Arsenal Norwich?
Right, I didn't watch the game. I can't think.
Who's that youngster who's up front? Who was it?
He's a good. What is his name?
He sounds like Kylian Mbappe.
What is his name?
You can't look it up either.
I've forgotten his name. But yeah, Arsenal Norwich last night in the Carabao Cup. Arsenal won 2-1. Eventually, left it late.
Look, Norwich doing very well.
I fully thought they were going to Arsenal that.
And they absolutely counter. So look, you should give a lot of credit to Norwich because away from home, especially this season, that's how they've been doing so well.
Yeah.
And if they got a good structure in place, they're really hard to break down, and then they counter attack, and then if something like that comes off, they almost did it.
Yeah.
And they got pushed to the very limits, which is much credit to Norwich for that. I think.
Oh yeah, I thought Norwich were fantastic. This is going to be really interesting now to see who you pick, because I've just seen who. I'm genuinely intrigued to see who you go here.
Right, I'm not picking him because he's a turncoat.
Yeah,
absolutely not.
But yeah, no, I thought it was good. But this ties into what I was saying about youngsters being overhyped.
Youngsters overhyped.
No, it's not to say that he is overhyped. I mean, I've completely forgotten the kid's name now, which is really irritating.
Let's find out here.
Yeah, let's find out. Right, I'm putting it to. Hang on, Nath will tell us.
No.
Nath.
Oh.
See if let's put it out there. Can anyone tell us the player who scored twice for Arsenal last night against Norwich? But I saw a lot immediately. You know, like Thierry Henry is immediately saying good things about him, and I'm loving it.
Wormy's saying great things about him.
Who? Yeah.
He's ranting and
yeah, he's loving him and saying, you know, the kid's got potential. And I agree. He obviously is a very talented, but that was his home debut. He scored twice. Now, albeit Marcus Rashford on his debut, he scored in the Rugby League, and then the next game he scored twice against Arsenal in the league.
That's why he's Alex Hunter.
But how many players do that? Just to put it a little bit, Federico Makeda scored on his home debut.
No.
And was hyped beyond belief. Then he scored in the next game, which was away. And what happened after that? Not a lot.
He played for Cardiff City.
He played for Cardiff City.
Had a career.
He had a career.
Yeah. He had a career.
That's all you can hope for.
And that's the best you can hope for.
But I'm reading at the minute. I'm reading a book about scouts, as we have addressed. I'm still reading it. I'm nearly finished. And in that, they talk to the Liverpool scout, and he talks about his time at Bayern Munich, while over at Bayern scouting, and also in Barca scouting and things. And he talks about how the scouts over there and the coaching set, they can't believe that a player who is 17 or 18 is being played week in, week out in the first team in English football. And then by the time they get to 23, around there, then it's sort of, oh, they should be doing something now. And it reminded me of the Walcott chat that we had previously and stuff. And they basically are saying that scouts in Spain and Germany, and I'm assuming other European countries as well, but they were the ones they're specifically talking about, how they just find it bizarre, because they're like, well, at 18, nice ball, beautiful. They're saying at 19 a player is scouted and then put into, say 17, is scouted, and if he's good enough, he's then put into the youth setup. From there, if he continues his progression, he's then moved into, he's sent out on loan, or he's sent to the B team. And then it's not until 22, 23 that they're really being looked at as first teamers. And then they're dripped into the first team. So when you get...
What do you think the right thing to do is?
Well, I think it's just interesting. Look at someone like Isco.
Who has... Well, yeah, okay.
Then there's they don't rush the development, shall we say. They wait for that. And then look at someone, the first person that I immediately thought of Arsenal players, to be fair, when I was thinking it. And say, I'm trying to think of people who came through the youth team.
It will be. Wiltshire.
Yeah, Wiltshire as well. I mean, Wiltshire is a great example of it, because Jack Wiltshire was playing very young, and now he seems to have almost gone off the boil. Wayne Rooney was the other one that I think. If Wayne Rooney hadn't have been playing for the first team so often, so regularly, at 16 years old, 16, 17, 18, would he now have not have petered out so early
It's
as he
all
seems
about
to have
timing, so he's lucky to even get a look in, really, isn't he?
Yeah, it's just
all about timing.
Think
of all those players who don't make it purely because of just luck alone, and not even having a look in, not even having a chance, not even getting on that pitch.
Yeah, no. It's,
so that's the rub of the green, isn't it?
What got me is I just thought it was. I just look at it and I thought there was a lot of weight behind what they were saying, in that you do think of all the players who are really young, and I'm talking like Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain is another one, Walcott was another one, and Bale was to a certain extent. They didn't develop until they were older. Now look at Gareth Bale.
Bale developed when he was playing for Wales, though. Like, seeing him as a 17-year-old, like, smash that free kick in.
Yeah.
Like, and that was at the Millennium Stadium. That.
It was just the whole thing. There's a whole chapter in the book about youth development and how they name a certain player who is at that point in the B team. I can't remember who it was, but he's in the B team in Bayern. Eddie. Thanks, Nate. I knew him. But yeah, Eddie. He scores a brace last night on his home debut.
And Mesut Ozil brace.
And there was, I'm not even kidding, there was 4 Sky Sports stories on the front page today about him.
Is he English?
Yes.
Ah, interesting.
There's 4.
That's his career gone.
4 stories. Who is he? Was one of them. One was career highlights and an introduction into him. One was obviously the write-up, and then one was comments from other players who've played with. So immediately, he's had one game, he scored 2 goals. He's all over the place. Now,
look,
if he now
how is that strange to you?
Yeah, I know, but it's looking at it and thinking, right, well, that is obviously not going to do him any good whatsoever.
With the fact that Kylian Mbappe is doing a Kylian Mbappe, is helpful as it is a bit damaging, because it's allowing youngsters to dream that big, and it's showing that if they work hard, they can absolutely progress, and it's what they make it. work hard and get the chances, and keep your head in check, which I think for Arsenal is a perfect club for him to do that. It's big enough.
Problem is though, I think that Arsenal at the moment, they're going to be, if they're not already, a club in a great state of flux.
Depends how this season goes, because I still fancy them as outsiders to get the league.
It could be, but at a certain point, what's going to happen is that Wenger's going to disappear.
Well, he's probably going to die,
There you go, you heard it here first. Arsene Wenger's going to die at Arsenal. But what it made me think
will be
of
in the Emirates.
But yeah, the whole thing just made me think of the Real Madrid way of doing things, which is, albeit I know they have their whole Galacticos and they sign big players, but then you look underneath and they have the youth setup along the way, and Barcelona, and just the Spanish model in general, I guess, they have lovely. You're winning this. I ain't scoring more than 2 in the second half. They have their youth setup. Then they have the B team, which at Real is like Castilla, I believe. And then you get to 22, then you go out on loans, and then at 22, 23, you start making your appearances for the first team. And they bring them in slowly,
bleed them in
over time.
drip feed them.
They drip feed them into the team, and they don't rush the development.
It's like a Notts County manager.
Yeah, it's just like a Notts County. They know exactly where they need to.
And have backups for every single.
Backups.
Yeah, backups upon backups.
They probably got. I mean, if we're going on the Notts County model that you make reference to, they've probably got an 18-year-old goalkeeper who's doing wonders, and a backup. Their second goalkeeper, 16, and he's already been promoted to the first team.
Wow.
I mean, that's exceptional.
Top manager in that.
Yeah, it's top. I mean, their manager may be concerned about, if there's an injury, or the fact that...
Well, who knows? Well, you've got to roll with the punches.
Exactly.
One ACL could
he
throw
may
you
be
all
very worried that the collective age of his goalkeepers is nearly the same age that he is.
But that's a different story.
It's a different story.
Overhyped youngsters, you say?
Overhyped youngsters. I just think it's a worrying... It's nothing new.
It's absolutely nothing new.
But
and it's a career breaker.
Concerning.
There you go. Good luck, Chuck.
Danny Welbeck is another one. I just think now this Eddie, if he has another game and he has a bit, he has an off day, and he has a few, and then 10 games down the line, suddenly, he wasn't that good anyway.
Eddie and Gator.
They can't all be Marcus Rashford, who
Lingard's another.
Well, Lingard is one that's actually his progression has been slow.
Not meteoric.
And steady. No, it's been nice and steady because he
Would
went.
You say Rashford's is meteoric?
Yes, that is the that's the Wayne Rooney.
Alex Hunter, it the way he is.
Yes.
Okay.
Because, like I said, he scored.
And he's still scoring, and if he's a flash in the pan, he's a very bright flash in the pan.
Yeah, we scored on his Europa League debut.
He's got one.
Got one.
Yeah, okay.
Scored on his.
I see what you mean.
Rashford scored on his Europa League debut. He scored on his Premier League debut. He scored on his FA Cup debut, Champions League debut, and England debut.
Debut.
He's the debut.
Debut.
Can we, while we're on this talk of youngsters and things of that nature,
yes,
can we please talk about how fucking brilliant Mesut Ozil was against Everton?
He was sensational, but that's nothing new to you because you know football. It's people who don't know football and just think he's taking the piss. He was actually really switched on and ready for it.
It's 'cause he does,
that game. But listen, I think that Troy Deeney, Sly Cajones dig really did strike hit a nerve.
Yeah.
To the fact that they fucking bossed it and stood up to an Everton team, which are in a state of turmoil, but they're always up for beating Arsenal and trying to ruffle feathers and always try and outman them, basically.
Yeah.
And that is the case. You saw how many hard tackles were flying in Gay, Idris.
Yeah. Fucking
ridiculous tackles. But guess what? They stood up to him, especially after going a goal down. I always keep track of that Arsenal now with a very big pinch of salt. With the fact that I hope they whomp them, but I expect a potential like hiccup of like 1-0 or like 2-1 or something. So nothing shocks me with Arsenal, but it's a really nice thing to see an Arsenal team really coming together and it functioning properly.
Yeah.
Like you know how much I enjoy the work of Granit Xhaka.
Yeah.
Future captain of Arsenal.
Future Arsenal
hands
captain.
down. Yeah, he had an immense. He had a fantastic game as well, and look, he rode so many harsh tackles for Idris Gueye before he actually finally got sent off. But Mesut was an absolute joy to watch because it looked like his head was in the right place.
Well, he's a great footballer.
He's phenomenal, and like that's what he can play. And you think that if that team functions like that with those players and their heads being in the right place and working together to go at it, I don't see them. I don't think it's a bad. Like I don't think it's a overhyped thing to think that they would be outsiders to get the league, knowing that they're not in the Champions League. They can get the entrance in the Carabao Cup, which where we would love seeing the youngsters come through and progress like that. Without that pressure of the Champions League, it could be good for them. They could like Chelsea it in a way,
Yeah.
Because it comes to the business end of the season every season. They're in every single cup, every single competition, and they're still going for it. So I don't see a reason why they shouldn't be outsiders to get the league this year. Well, if they play and show sparks like they did against, all right, it was against Everton, but it was still a very cool, composed performance, I thought. Who was Mesut your favourite player of that game?
He's my favourite player of most Arsenal games. I love him. I think he's brilliant.
Even when he's a no-show?
Well, yeah, but he's only a no-show because
he's a beautiful player.
He's amazing. He's a brilliant player. And everyone who seems to criticise him seems to have the same sort of thing. Oh, he doesn't track back. He doesn't do this.
Look at the stats.
It's not his job to do that. It's when the fact did Diego Maradona ever track back and defend the near post at corners?
St. Diego.
Yeah, go with you, shit. It's not Mesut Ozil's job. So it's almost as if Arsenal concedes, it's like, oh well, if Ozil had done this, and where did Ozil go? Never mind that. Where did Mertesacker go? Where did that's
why is Debuchy even on the pitch?
Yeah, it's Ozil's job to get it for like someone on. I shared it.
Someone how many assists he's got?
Well, he created 8 goal-scoring opportunities against Everton, which is more than any other player has in any Premier League game so far this season. He is a stunning footballer. Is he going to put him in your fantasy football team? No, he's a stunning footballer to what? Because he's not going to get any points. Would
you take Grob over?
I've got him
over Mesut. I'd take Grob. If I gave you
football,
I gave you Mesut Ozil and I swapped you, I want to swap you for Grob.
Yes.
You take
I reckon he's going to get more points.
Do you know who I'm going to probably bring in? Le Poitier.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring him in. I'm going to get rid of Tammy Abrahami for him as well. Le Poitier, it does look like a unit up front. He looks like a Glenn Murray-esque sort of no-nonsense striker.
But yeah, no, if we're talking fantasy football-wise, as much as I do love Mesut Ozil...
You can have him. You'd have Grobe.
Currently, yeah, I think that he...
Tom Ince is an interesting one to watch.
Yeah, he was in my team to start with. Tom Ince is an overhyped young player.
But he's getting his head down, he's trying to fly right. And now I think he is come to terms with his levels and wants to actually progress and show.
Well, he's now
prove people wrong.
Yeah, he's now realising he's not going to play for fucking Inter Milan.
Yeah.
Which was the talk for ages.
Stay
at Huddersfield. Just, it's a nice. It's a Premier League club.
I think he's got his head switched on now. If he does actually play consistently,
yeah, I
think it's up to him how much he can show.
I think he's a great player. I do think he's got a lot of potential.
He's like Brighton did superbly well this last on the weekend. Really, so was very shrewd performance as well. Like Brighton and Huddersfield both turned out amazing performances.
Oh, it's superb. Interesting one for the weekend. Looking ahead slightly.
Yeah.
If we're looking at potential upsets, Huddersfield have got Liverpool.
Yeah, I was looking at that as well, and that's what I was saying about Le Poitre up front.
Yeah.
I can cause them all kinds of mischief. If fucking Dejan Lovren just is Lovren, like I think you're in for a penny, in for a pound there.
I feel sorry for Lovren.
Do you really though?
Yeah, because I think he's a...
Snap. Messi, boy!
Messi! That's technically...
Why do you feel sorry for him?
He put the cross in for the own goal as well, so I've had an Ozil second half. I feel sorry for Lovren because... Well,
What is the sympathy for Lovren? He was terrible.
Yeah, he's another one now, though, that suddenly,
terrible.
based on a couple of performances, it's... Well, he's shit. That's it now. It's very cut and dry in football, especially in Britain. That's why I hate the British football media. I hate the way a lot of fans view... That's another draw. We're drawing in these games.
Well, look, you choose the next game.
In that it's just one off game and he's shit. I'm, as a United fan, I'm getting to the minute with Lindelof.
Look, that's completely different. You can't compare Lovren with Lindelof.
No.
You cannot do that.
I think that Lovren is, if you judge it, go see his Southampton days, he was, just, should we do it?
Do it, yeah.
We'll do it. Hang on.
Bloody do it. Different things. Like Lovren, potentially, he had at Southampton, it didn't carry over because of a different system. Now he shouldn't be starting, should he? Matip should be starting.
He shouldn't be starting. But the criticism that has been thrown his way now, I think, is over the top.
I'm not saying he's a terrible player. I'm saying his performances have been consistently shit, and he's had game after game of being very bad. I'm not saying he's overall, but you can't afford to do that at that level for that team.
Oh yeah, no, I agree.
You saw Klopp after, like, it was like those goals that Liverpool conceded on the weekend were a fucking train wreck. One was route one. One was a bunt downfield and it bounced and no one headed it, and then the Potter just smashed it through.
We said about it before when they played Newcastle, and the ball went through. Who's the striker for Newcastle?
Oh, Jake. Josselou?
Yes. Ball went through,
and that then was he luckily finished it.
And it was as if the defenders were trying their best to not defend it, and he was trying his best not to finish it, and somehow it was a goal. But with Lovren is it now has got to the point where and it's not just Lovren in general. I think it's just my annoyance because at the way the media and fans who a lot of fans have got this very narrow perspective on judging football and if it's good or not. And I used to be like it, in that if you win, it's the best thing ever. If you lose, it ruins your weekend. It ruins your day. I used to be, genuinely, if United lost an early kick-off on a Saturday, I'd be in a mood about it till about Tuesday. But now, I watched this lose to Huddersfield on the weekend, and at the end of it, I was watching that game thinking, fucking hell, this is really good from Huddersfield, and I was enjoying the football. I mean, obviously, I would have preferred this to have won, but I can take myself out of the situation and not let one result affect how my daily life. It's this one result now, but also I can view it and think Lindelof came off the bench for Phil Jones against Huddersfield. He fucked up. It was an error.
He's young,
and then immediately he's shit. That's all I had online. He's shit. He needs to leave.
Really unfair.
It's like, right, that's one game. All right, it's going to build confidence. These are the same people who will now not admit it. But at the start of David De Gea's career at Man United, wanted him sold.
Why is that? Why is fickle football supporters any shock to anyone? Really,
it's not. It just continues to irritate me. It's literally now. Well, Lovren is a shit footballer. Well, he's not, is he?
Lovren's not a shit footballer.
He's having a bad time of it in a setter. How is it? My argument is this: in that, should we take ourselves out of the he's shit, blah, 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 and just look at it and go, right, okay, what's going on? Is it that Klopp has got his defence? He wants his defence to play a certain style of football. He wants, say, a high line. He wants them playing out from the back. And that doesn't suit Lovren's game. Maybe it's that.
Yeah, but there's still absolutely glaring basic mistakes that he was actually making, regardless of how he's playing. If he's playing on the left, playing on the right, playing in the middle, whatever Klopp's giving him, you cannot rookie it and go underneath the ball with Harry Kane there. It was launched out, right?
Yeah.
It was a stupid decision to make, wasn't it?
Oh,
and I've never seen that apart from like Sunday League. Like, you don't see it at that level, do you?
No,
that
it was
particular
awful.
thing. And then the other thing is getting properly tucked up with that. That was a fantastic through ball, and it really caught Lovren off. I don't really blame him for that, but the whole performance was a bit of a shambles, and it's happened time and time again. So it's not. You're right. It's not just him. You've got the uncertainty of Mignolet being fucking Mignolet.
You wouldn't be confident as a central defender knowing Mignolet was behind.
Absolutely not. And no matter how good you are shot stopping or whatever, like, you've still got Mignolet there, and it's really not a good thing. And the uncertainty of the back generally is a struggle. You saw Klopp's face, and like what was the quote? He could do it himself in trainers or something. Like, they're basic errors, and although I don't like to throw people under the bus or anything, there are fundamental errors, and Lovren, unfortunately, that's how football works. If someone makes a mistake, which is highlighted, is his fault and he's shit, and that's the reason why they lost. And it's not. It's like a whole thing.
Collective
Yeah,
problem.
but those mistakes are. They were silly. One or two mistakes, like Lindelof, for Christ's sake. He's young. You can't say he's shit. He's definitely not shit. Was PK shit when he was at Man United? Yeah. What happened to him?
Exactly.
Nothing.
There's loads. That's the thing, is if we just judge on what people, football fans, they're so fickle. In that, David De Gea is a shit goalkeeper, and
look at him. He's weedy.
Yeah, he's not strong enough. Yeah. He's not good enough. He's making errors because he made a lot of errors. Think of that Charity Shield game against Man City.
If a young goalkeeper didn't make errors, fucking hell.
Got us out of.
Do you know the other one I was going to pipe up about, which I'm sure you'd enjoy? Oh shit!
That was a Lovren style.
It was it. Jordan Pickford.
Yeah.
They're saying heroics, this, that, and the other. Yeah. Still lost 5-2. But it would have been a hell of a lot worse.
30 shots or something.
Granted, it would have been a lot worse, but I think it's a similar thing with Everton. And I told you, I've spoken about this time and time before. I think that position is too big for Jordan Pickford. Great that he's a good shot stopper. That's absolutely fine, and he is playing, which
is another good thing.
I don't think he should be playing at that level, that consistently.
That age, that's another thing. Well, I think at that age, I think I don't believe the transfer fee is anything. I think that's not include. I don't think that comes into it. But yeah, I think you're right. I think that level of a club, at that age and that level, is not going to work for him. But then players don't, look at, say, Tom Heaton. Players don't stay at clubs and develop as much as they should be.
It takes a lot.
Tom Heaton at Burnley has stayed. He started at United. You're welcome. You're welcome, Burnley. We trained him up. We got him. He was at Cardiff City. He went around and then he found a club. Yeah. And then stayed up. Nobody ever started a new job and made it. Yeah. Due to a new computer system or a new way of working. Does it make that person shit makes them new? It's true. But yeah, you're having the same thing at the minute at Everton with Michael Keane as well. Oh, lovely. Another one from United, Michael Keane. But
you're welcome.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Michael Keane, yeah.
But yeah, Pickford.
He looks like a Fisher-Price man.
Pickford should have been. In another universe, Pickford should have been the goalkeeper that West Ham brought in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Instead of Joe Hart. He needs somewhere where he plays week in, week out. That's it.
That's that type of level. But
look at what Ben Foster did when he was Watford keeper, on loan from United. Yeah, came up from and everyone was going, oh, he's amazing. He's the next England number one. Well, he seemed like he was going to be the next England number one because he's playing for Watford, so he's having to make more shots. Then when he went back to United, they actually because they weren't conceding as many shots on target,
Yeah.
he was letting in more goals,
Look,
and then his errors were highlighted more.
If you're a goalkeeper, you should actually anyway be a good shot stopper.
Mm-hmm.
That should just be like in your like that's what you should have in your locker anyway. To say that Jordan Pickford, oh, he's great, he stopped loads. Yeah, that's what goalkeepers do. The fact is, I just don't think he's up to that standard yet. And like you were saying, it's better that Jordan Pickford would be in a team, I don't know, like Sunderland, you know?
Yeah.
That type of level. It's too soon for him to be... Don't get me wrong, he's made a great
No,
start.
if he was
I would
staying at
never have him
Sunderland.
starting over Stekelenburg, for fuck's sake. Stekelenburg is so experienced as a goalkeeper. He's a bit older. I think he's there's more secure pair of hands there. But I think experience
Very nearly
goes
replaced Van der Sar at
such
United.
a long way. Yeah, Stekelenburg
They were in
was hot
talks with
property.
him. If it wasn't De Gea, it was going to be Stekelenburg.
I still rate Stekelenburg, so I just think that Jordan Pickford is not necessarily his
Come on,
time
back in a
just yet.
Oh,
So yeah, other points of interest. This
can we?
one. West Ham trotting around the pitch.
West Ham, yeah, they did that.
Do you think that they'll just ditch Bilic?
I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go out on an early limb. What are we? End of October.
Mhm.
I'm gonna make an early prediction. West Ham will get relegated this season.
Yeah.
That's what I think, judged on what I've seen, and obviously it's still very early and there's a lot of football to come and so on. However, I've watched now at least 2 games of every team in the Premier League this season. This
You've
season I've
watched
watched a fuckload of football. I've watched a lot of football across all the divisions, but I've watched at least 2 games from every team. Some of them I've watched more. Tottenham, I've watched fucking every game pretty much. United, I've watched
I watched
every
one on the
game.
weekend as well.
It was good.
Harry Kane.
Harry Kane. But West Ham, I've now seen 3 or 4 times.
Every time.
Every single time,
Same mistakes.
they have looked awful. They are the least enjoyable team to watch. Like, I've watched
And they're
Swansea,
charging-
and Swansea are down there, but Swansea have been a joy to watch at times. Their football that they play is stunning. And if they go down to the Championship, Swansea fans should actually be excited. I really believe it, because again,
Trust
it's
in
not...
Paul Clement.
Yeah, it's keep him there, show faith like Burnley have done,
Yeah.
with Dyche.
Yeah, absolutely.
Build it around it. If they go down to the Championship, it would actually, I think, help them. I don't think it would be a Newcastle sort of, thing where...
Yeah, that's interesting.
I-
Right then. Say goodbye.
Oh, he's back now. Say goodbye then.
Nice one. Not you.
Not you two, you just stay here. We're saying goodbye to our
Just
Instagram.
done there. There we go. Ended.
Nice. You can go on to... You can do a Twitter live if you want.
I'd love to. I'd bloody love that.
Do a Twitter live. Are you on the old Calhouns on there, or are you just on the old Fifas?
I am on
Think
the
it's on
FIFA.
the FIFA.
Yeah,
Just do that one.
I'll just do that one.
But yeah, West Ham have been dull. They've been uninspiring. They've been
Horrific to watch.
just
Considering the group
awful.
of players they've actually got, I don't understand why Cresswell didn't play. He's the best defender they've got.
yeah.
It's
He
outrageous.
But yeah, whereas I think Swansea fans should get excited if they go down, because it's a very good division. There's a lot of players there who are exceedingly talented. Who, if they can keep them all together, which I don't have any reason to think they wouldn't, they can keep Tom Carroll there, and they can keep a few others there. Then Carl Norton as well. They fucking eat that championship, and it will only.
They'd gobble it right up.
They would. They gobble it right. Oh, that's a red. Come on, ref, do the right thing.
Lassie Diarra.
Get him off.
Lassie Diarra.
There's no. Oh,
Do you want to do Calhoun or Ramble? I got both.
Do Ramble.
Okay.
The fact that wasn't a yet. Can we talk about my favourite game of the weekend?
Tell me about your favourite game.
And we're playing it now.
Oh, okay.
It was PSG.
I forgot to.
Marseille. It was on Sunday night. It was at 8 o'clock, and it's. I've conceded. You're gonna win.
No, I conceded one as well. If you
turn the camera around, or is it initialising?
It's just initialising. Don't worry about
Okay.
it. Why was it your favourite game?
Tap it twice. There you
Why was it your favourite game?
go. Yeah, I don't know if anyone else watched it, but yeah, I'm talking Marseille versus PSG. It literally had everything that you could want from a football game. It was amazing. It was. I liked the Spurs game. That was fun to watch, and the Arsenal Everton game was fun to watch.
Yeah.
But Marseille PSG was fucking brilliant. It was so Marseille took an early lead, just not really from anything either. They took an early lead, and then PSG came back, and Neymar scored, as is his wont.
How's Neymar doing? Is he alright?
He was better at the start. Let's put it like that. He so yeah, it was
Is there
1-1.
any ego that he's got on his shoulders now?
It's interesting. Do you see his comments about he wants to be he wants to nurture Mbappe like Messi did for him, which I thought was quite nice.
Lovely. Yeah, go on.
But yeah, it was 1-1. Neymar scored, and Luis Gustavo scored for Marseille.
Nice.
And it was a stunner. It was from 30 yards, but it wasn't like a top corner screamer. It just bobbled, but went in, and it was enough pace that it just confused keeper, who was Ariola, I believe.
He's very pert.
He is very pert. He and then Neymar got the ball just outside the box and just tucked it in the corner on the outside of his boot. It was a lovely little finish. But then it got really interesting, because then that was half time, and then for about 25 minutes into the 35 minutes in, something like that, of the second half, it was very cagey. Neymar got a yellow card for mouthing off to the ref.
Yeah.
And then literally out of nowhere, Marseille broke. I can't remember who it was, but one of the PSG defenders sort of hesitated on the ball and lost it. And then Marseille, ball into the box, and they scored 2-1, 80 minutes on the clock then. And it was like, Jesus Christ, what's going on? Like, it went crazy. It went mental. The whole stadium was just rocking. There was flares. It went mental. PSG were winning corners at this then for a while. Every time they won a corner, riot police had to shield Neymar because he was being bottled. Like in the most stereotypical French way ever. Someone threw a baguette at him. Like
what?
Yeah,
crusty loaf.
Someone threw a baguette at him. Like you couldn't
so
get.
French.
Yeah, and it's so Marseille as well, not just French. Oh, I thought that was him. Verratti, what a player.
Did it hit him?
Yes, corner.
No, the baguette.
No, it bounced off his shin. I thought you were Verratti then. He, but yeah, that was a bit mad. That literally they had to shield him. I put photos of it up on the FIFA Ramble Instagram page at the FIFA Ramble. Then Neymar broke, and I can't remember who it was, but one of the Marseille midfielders took him down. Like, it wasn't even, like trying to hide it. It was literally, I'm gonna get a yellow card here.
Yeah, a brutalist.
It'll just stop Neymar charging into our box, and he literally just tripped him up.
You're saying it's a skinner tackle?
Yeah, it was. It was a full-on skinner tackle. He skinned him.
Skinned him right up.
Neymar immediately got up and half shoved him. Not really a shove. People have said he pushed it. It wasn't a push. It was just a coming together almost. The guy went down like he'd been stabbed. Like, straight down. Neymar got sent off.
Neymar, did he have that little grumpy put on his face?
No, he smiled. He looked at the ref and sort of gave him a half sort of smile of just like... It was a mixture of, I can't believe that you believe he was fouled to the extent that he is. And also, I think there was a hint of, I can't believe I fell for this. So Neymar's off.
You've been duped.
PSG, 2-1 down, Neymar's off. You're like, what? This is crazy. He's, you know, obviously, there's no one else at PSG who can affect the game like Neymar can. What are they going to do? Well, they forgot about Cavani, didn't they? PSG won a free kick, 93 minutes on the clock, just outside the area. Cavani steps up, smashes it, crossbar and in.
Did he casually didn't even celebrate?
He went spare. He went spare. He ran past the bench, doing his Cavani sort of lion celebration that he does, and then doubled back and jumped into the substitutes that had come on. It was the ending that made it. But it was the fact Neymar was off the pitch and Cavani steps up and just smashes home.
Look how good that signing's been overall, because it's fired up Cavani.
Yeah, Cavani's insanely good.
Yeah, but now he's stepped up the play completely because he's had to and to prove. So I think that's a fantastic thing. If you bring a player in, it's going to ruffle some feathers, and it's going to get reaction, and it's going to be like, okay, do something about it. Show you the big man.
And it's not just him as well, because also what the Neymar signing has done is it's and the Mbappe signing is it's relegated Lucas and Di Maria to the bench.
You've got Lucas and Di Maria on the bench.
Lucas and Di Maria cannot get into the side. They can't get into it.
It's crazy. Right, I'm just going to check the score, mate.
Yeah, let's do it. I'll do it. You pick again.
So
you got a mouse. We got a mouse and all sorts.
Western House.
Well, Everton are losing. West Ham are losing.
No,
West Ham. 2 games to save his job, haven't they?
Really good. Yeah, but again, that's one of those things. You've had enough time. Genuinely had enough time. Can't do any more.
Sissoko. It's your boy.
So well.
It's your boy.
So well.
Did you?
There he is.
There was a picture the other day, which I shared. Well, the other day, a few weeks ago actually, that the French national side put up. I think it was. No, Matuidi put it up, and it was just Matuidi and Sissoko's like shirts next to each other in the dressing room. And immediately, I thought Skinner somewhere with an excited look on his face.
What was the game we want to look into? Is it Juve? Who Juve playing?
Udinese.
Udinese. And there's a bit of controversy in that because you've been watching 5,000 games of football.
I watched quite a lot. I'm not going to be able to watch any this weekend.
Because you
Fuming.
are away.
I am. Yeah, I am. It is. Everyone, it's my 11-year wedding anniversary tomorrow.
Wowzer.
11 years.
Holy hell.
Yeah, 11 years tomorrow I've been married to
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. To my beautiful wife.
She's lovely.
So, Friday, we're having a no kids weekend.
Pretty harsh.
Yeah. Make them go away.
Yeah, oh well. I'm just choosing.
So yeah, Friday night we've got what are we doing Friday? Cinema and cocktails.
Not in the same place.
No, not in the same place. It's frowned upon. Yeah. And then Saturday we're go aping. Doing go ape, and then a meal in the evening. More cocktails.
Plenty of cocktails.
Yeah, and then Sunday Sunday maybe I may be able to catch something, but PSG are playing Friday night, and I really want to watch it, and I can't watch it. You got United Spurs mid afternoon kick-off. I'm going to be up a tree in fucking Margam.
Still going to be good though.
Yeah, it's going to be good. It's just I'm going to miss all
the good.
I'm going to miss all the games I want to watch. But never mind.
I can signal up.
And like so, I think that the most, I'm doing the most important part of the weekend. I'm just missing the things that I wouldn't choose to miss if I was at home, but I'm not. But yeah, it was Udinese this weekend.
Do you rate Mandzukic?
I do. I think he's a great player. I think, do you know what, he'd be a fucking great addition
be horrible to play against.
He'd be horrible, but he'd be a fucking great addition to the Arsenal squad.
Will Ibrahimovic put on a shirt of Man United this season?
Yeah, he will. He will.
Back end of the season?
He's in training now. He's actually not only sort of doing his, training that he was putting up of him in a swimming pool and him doing. He is in first team training.
Wow.
He posted a picture yesterday of him and David De Gea punching by in the dressing room. They're both like giving him fives.
Give him a stick.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it's apparently imminent. They originally said just after Christmas, but they're now thinking that he'll be available before Christmas.
Would you take Mandzukic at Man United next season?
I wouldn't take Mandzukic at United because I don't think he would suit us. I think he would suit Arsenal.
You think?
Yeah. I really do.
Stop him being bullied.
I think he would add a little bit of the old, there'd be a bit of steel involved there. But I think he would do well. I think not so much suited to.
The one that I've wanted to see at Arsenal.
Yeah, he'd be good. You've always got that, though, haven't you? You've always got that sort of that paperweight of a striker, surrounded by ethereal wingers, and attacking. You've got all the attacking players, and then up front you've got like a rod.
Big rod.
You look at it now. You've got. I know he's injured, but you got Cazorla, Özil, Sanchez.
They're pretty players.
Yeah,
they're pretty technical players.
Pretty technical players, and then you've got a French Giroud, who's brilliant, but he's got a great head on him.
Great. He's only got a great head. Giroud.
Oh,
Giroud's touch and how his shots are like angled.
He's another one.
They're incredible.
He's
and
another
no one's
one of my
going to know.
favourite players to watch.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
And he doesn't fucking play.
I think, considering the longevity of the season, I understand why he is being used a little bit less at the moment. But all he needs is, he needs to just get on the starting.
He's great.
Yeah.
Karen won goal of the year at the FIFA Awards this week.
Deserved as well.
Yeah, deservedly. I mean, Mkhitaryan's was better, but whatever. It wasn't, no. Giroud's was better by a country mile. The build-up to it was just superb.
Yeah, a little bit of credit. Not much mentioned in the press over that, because they fucking hate Arsenal. So. If Mkhitaryan did win, it'd be like...
Yeah.
Or if he was a Liverpool player, for example.
Oh, Jesus, if he was a Liverpool player.
Fucking hell.
The Sun would have... We love you. Don't boycott us. What? Unlucky.
Nowhere.
But Giroud's goal, was it against... Who was it? In Europe. Who did you play in Europe?
Oh, the thingamajig.
In the Europa League. On third. Giroud's goal in that, because that was...
The overhead kick, they're 1-0.
It was, yeah.
The scissor kick, sorry.
Yeah.
That was it, and that was a late.
That was a lovely goal as well.
Yeah.
Mainly because the finish, the touch from Jack Wilshere was. It's a very Arsenal heavy podcast this week, isn't it?
Well, deservedly so. They've gone through it all.
There you go. Well done.
Absolutely. But
you can watch the football. I'll go with someone else. Oh, bless. I don't want to watch the football.
So yeah,
Jack Wilshere's touch was sublime.
He's getting back on it now. Like we've discussed the Jack Wilshere situation, haven't we?
They should be offering him a new contract.
Well, yeah, I think that'll come in part. But when
moving on a shot.
people were trying to say, oh, he should be playing elsewhere, this, that, and the other. No, he's injured, and they're trying to bring him back so he doesn't get injured again, and he needs that run of play. Arsenal's the best place for him for the moment, you know, giving him another chance. They've stuck with him through all the hard times,
all the smoking,
all the smuggy drews, all of them.
But no, he's doing well. While we're
I like the fact that it's Arsenal based. Got time for Arsenal.
We're talking about first touches and taking it away from Arsenal. Rashford's touch last night
It's very
to
Man
Lingard.
United heavy.
I think this is the second time we've mentioned United.
Yeah.
Rashford's touch,
Jesse
Jesse Lingard, was superb. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, quite a little double act they got going on.
That side, the United side, it excites the hell out of me. It really does.
Oh shit.
Oh! Arsenal bit.
Walcott did it.
Walcott did. We sort of started touching on it and then we moved off it. But yeah, Juventus Udinese this weekend. I mean, that was one hell of a game as well. It was 6-2. 6-2 to Juventus.
6-2.
6-2. Sami Khedira.
K-Dog.
Yeah, K-Dog. Fucking defensive midfielder Sami Khedira scored a hat-trick.
I wonder what odds you would have got for that.
I know, that's just ridiculous. That would have been longer odds than Leicester winning the Premier League. But yeah, Sami Khedira scored a hat-trick. But the real talking point of the game was Mandzukic.
Was he being naughty?
He was a little bit naughty. He got 2 yellow cards in the space of 4 seconds. He got a yellow card for a foul, the first one, and then he said something, and whatever he said, it got him his second, and he's off. 4 seconds. They still won 6-2.
Because of Sami Khedira scoring a hat-trick. It was a perfect hat-trick.
It wasn't, unfortunately. Bonus points if it was.
Dream team. Who are you bringing in this week?
Right, I have to put this down. I'll play the set up for a minute. Because I don't think I'm going to bring anyone in.
You're absolutely fine with
My team.
Right,
I'm not fine with it.
I send this. You've had enough, everyone. Done.
My team at the moment is... Let me see if I can get it from memory, because I'm not that au fait with it. Right, I've got Elliott in goal, with Foster on the bench.
Mm-hmm.
My defence is Norton, Monreal, who's still a blinder for me.
I was watching that and I was thinking, because we were discussing that, weren't we?
Yeah, he's had a blinder. He's only ever scored one. He's only ever scored 1 goal for Arsenal. He scored 2 this season, and I've had him in my team from the start. Well, very nearly from. So I've got Monreal, I've got Norton, and who's my other defender? I can't remember. You're gonna have to get my team up.
Do you know I messed up? I made an impulse decision and brought Joe Hart in.
But you were Harry Kane captain.
I did. Yeah, I did. You scored like 70.
I had a really good week. Everyone seemed to be having a really crappy week, but my week was very good.
You had 72 points, Monsieur. Elliott in goal, Cedric, Monreal,
Cedric,
Norton.
that was it. But Cedric had a clean
6.
sheet.
Fucking hell.
Cedric had a
Your
clean sheet.
your Grober, you got Richie.
An assist. Richie got an assist.
He did. Tom Carroll he scored 2 points, but he's looking good because he's on.
Tom Carroll came off my bench because I had Raheem Sterling in my side.
Were you annoyed with Francesco Fabregas for his cheeky chip at 1-0?
Yeah, I know.
You don't do that against
I couldn't watch
Watford. You shouldn't do that against Watford because they hold a grudge like that and they think they're taking the piss, and that fired him up and that spurred him on to come back.
Troy Deeney must be.
I love Troy Deeney. I think he's great.
But I couldn't watch the game. It was my daughter's birthday.
You got Aguero in, didn't you?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I brought Aguero back.
Fucking hell. 11.7 now to buy.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So I got rid of Vardy, who I brought in when Aguero had his instant with the Ford Fiesta or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
And has done nothing since
He only missed
that.
2 league games though.
Yeah.
I was a bit too hasty in the fact that I didn't.
I think it was worth it. I just think we both picked the wrong player. But then I also think the only right player that we could have brought in that space was Glenn Murray.
Glenn Murray.
Neither of us are going to bring him because you brought in.
Because I got Lacazette.
I brought in Jamie Vardy because it's
Vardy.
based on fixtures, and I
Yeah.
have Vardy play for me for.
And he missed a lot. Vardy missed.
Oh!
Shit!
Yeah, he did miss a lot.
Leicester
of chances.
played very well on the weekend.
Yeah, Leicester played really well.
And Vardy missed an absolute peach of it. An opportunity.
And this,
Riyad Mahrez switched on. He was just in that zone, which you don't see very often nowadays.
No.
And that was really nice to see. And then him working with Vardy, like they will get some, as long as Mahrez switches on a little bit now, because he fucking has to. Can't just coast anymore. He's been coasting for too long. There we are. Riyad, when you watch this.
That's the penalty, is it, ref?
You're losing this very nicely.
I'm definitely losing this. Come on. I need Buffon. That's never a fucking penalty.
Yeah.
I don't know why Bonucci's on the pitch.
Give you the eyes. Give the bloody eyes. So you're not going to bring anyone in?
I don't think so. The only thing that because I've got Sterling in my starting
He's
11.
on the bench, yeah.
He didn't play.
He didn't.
He did. He was on the bench and he didn't come off it.
Is Jones back now?
Apparently not.
Because he's on here as being fit
Apparently
again.
not. But yeah, no, I'm not sure who I'm going to. If I'm going to make a transfer. I know the transfer I actually want to make.
Who is it?
But I'm not sure if I'm going to do it.
Because I'm going to take Redmond out. And I'm not sure who to put in. I'm
I'm
considering the
gonna-
Grobe or Tom Ince.
The transfer I want to make, and it's about one, having the balls to do it, and two, finding a suitable replacement. I want to get rid of Lukaku.
Right, there's tons of options you can have.
Yeah, but none of them make sense at the moment.
What about Vardy?
No,
No? Not going to go for Vardy. Oh, I don't even.
done me. Hammered. No, I'm considering Lacazette.
Well, he has got Swansea, and they're in a good element of form.
But after that,
Swansea,
I think
Man
it's
City, Spurs,
Yeah.
Burnley, and like that makes me
Fixtures.
think. Like I'm not switched off with that because these are big game players. The same way I'd look at Harry Kane if he's playing Liverpool and think he's gonna do well there,
But I think Lacazette.
or Aguero against any team because he can always produce.
Well, this is my other thing. I think if you look at United's fixtures, we've got some hard games coming up now. We've got Spurs, and then I believe it's Chelsea. And then after that, there's a nice little. I wasn't even looking. I haven't lost this match in ages.
Since the last time you played me.
The last time I played you was my undefeated. That's why Worm doesn't want to get on the stream anymore, because the last one I went unbeaten. I won every game. Check it back, FIFA Ramble 13 YouTube, unbeaten. But yeah, I do want to get rid of Lukaku. However, I'm not sure who to bring in fixtures wise. Offside.
Sane's Richarlison is up there.
The other one that I'm considering is Richarlison. Bringing him in for Matt Ritchie.
Ritchie for Richarlison.
Yeah.
He's looking very good. He missed a fucking ton of chances. He missed about 8 chances against United.
Yeah. But yeah, the problem that I have at the minute is obviously I've got Harry Kane and Lukaku up front, and they play each other this weekend, so they're sort of going to cancel each other out.
So Watford, let's check in Watford because oh wow, okay, they got Stoke, they got Everton, they got West Ham, they got Newcastle.
Yeah, exactly.
All in a row.
And Richarlison has proven that he's almost fixture proof.
Yeah, bulletproof. Or you could bring Cleverly in at 5 mil if you want to stay Watford. Tom Carroll 4.5. It's Tom Carroll.
Yeah.
That's a great catch.
Problem is he's not.
He's not going to get points.
He's not very points heavy, no.
But 4.5, he's a good one to have in there.
He is good. But yeah, everything tells me Lukaku at the minute. Take him out for the next 2, and then bring him back in. Or see how he goes.
Okay.
And then bring him back in. But I don't know who to replace him with. I don't know. So
go with a Glenn Murray or a Depardieu.
Yeah. The other, like I said, the other option is Matt Ritchie out and Richarlison in. I'm considering that too. But then Matt Ritchie's done
Richarlison right in right now.
Who for?
Nathan Redmond. It's unfortunate, Nathan Redmond.
He's done nothing.
There's been no mustard this cut. Absolutely not.
No, he's done nothing.
I'm not bringing Atsu in.
I thought you had Atsu.
I have, but he's on my bench.
Ah.
Remember, I've got a back 5. They got Burnley away. But they are strong. But you just don't know what you're going to get with Newcastle, do you? Mike Ashley might be selling up.
Yeah, 300. Do you know what's quite funny is that they said when he said he wants to get it sold by Christmas, a lot of times when then there's a buyout, obviously it takes the longest because they have to do due process and the books and because Newcastle were just investigated for fraud, all the books are in order. So they don't. It's not. They reckon it's not going to take as long because they're already everything that they need for due process is already there because they're like, oh, we have to do this because it was like tax avoidance or whatever it was that Ashley and his parent company were being investigated for. So they're all in order. They're all in order. So you done it, have you?
Done.
You got silver.
I'm not sure I'm going to captain yet. I'm sticking Joe out here. I'm staying by my purchase. Don't know why.
Oh yeah. Well, you got to really with Foster.
Yeah.
That's the other option that I was thinking is Lukaku out, bringing in Jesus, and just going
Doubles.
City heavy. That would be Sterling.
That is too much of a white flag to the league in your beliefs and where you think it's going to go. Who did you fancy for the league this year when we were?
I said City.
You said City?
I said City, you said Chelsea.
I said Chelsea, and who did we say?
Tottenham. Hey, we laugh now because we just think that's never going to happen. However, Tottenham are now level on points for United, I believe.
I do believe. All right, there you go. But,
I'd quite like to see Tottenham win the league.
I'd like it to be...
Before Harry Kane goes to Real Madrid.
That's never going to happen.
No, it's not. It's
never
the
going to happen.
most ludicrous transfer story.
That is an absolute poignant thing about having an English player built up so much from the... I'm not debating if Harry Kane is good or not. I'm debating how they're trying to push through. Or Real Madrid are looking for you. Florentino Perez said he's not interested in the slightest.
No, and he also said if he asked how much he wanted for him, he'd say something like 240 million, which he would do.
300 million.
Yeah, they're never gonna. Harry Kane would break the transfer record because he's English. He plays for Spurs, who have Daniel Levy in charge. And he'd go for more than Neymar. He would, just because of the way the market is.
We're going to say goodbye. Thanks for being with us. It's been an absolute shambles again, but it's been a fun shambles.
It's been fun.
And you'll absolutely agree. We've spread it across all different mediums, and
it's been everywhere.
We've just watched us sit down and talk about football for a while, so we appreciate that.
Thank you for watching live, and thank you over there for watching now, because it was we loved it.
Right. Vamonos.
See you next week.
Adios.
Right now, we're going to say goodbye there.
And we'll say goodbye. Goodbye.
See you next week.
Bye bye.